From Valor Pulse TV studio in Highlands Ranch, Valor Christian High School's leading news magazine begins now. This is Valor
A
Pulse.
Taylor Swift dancer just can't seem to shake off a guy from Wicked. Keep watching to find out who.
What do you get when you mix 8 actors, a castle, and all 37 of Shakespeare's plays in less than 2 hours?
Swoop knows the struggle. Masks just don't work with beaks. I'm Kaylee Whitten.
And I'm Kyla Fouts. Welcome to the first episode of Valor Pulse TV, Season 5. We'll meet 2 Broadway stars, check out Valor's latest plays, and see what the senior girls did since the start of COVID.
Did you know that no one has dared to go close to Shakespeare's tomb since 1747? I heard it was because there was a poem written saying if anyone moves his bones, they'll be cursed. His grave has gone untouched ever since. Wicked, High School Musical, Hairspray, Shake It Off. Ever wondered what it's like to dance on Broadway? Kurt and Mallory Hanson, Broadway dancers, are here to share their experience with us.
That's right, Kaylee. When Broadway shut down, that gave 2 Broadway stars the opportunity to go out on the road and teach some classes they'd normally be too busy to do. Our own Cole Walker had a chance to sit down with Kurt and Mallory right after they did their master class. Let's see what they had to say.
5, 6, 7, 8. You can't stop me ever since you first saw the light. Man, a woman like to shake it on.
Hello, Valor family. It is so good to be with you guys today. I am with some special guests, Kurt and Mallory Hanson.
Hello.
So to kick this off, guys, you guys are Broadway actors, you're a dancer, you work in Hollywood, New York, the whole shebang. We want to be there someday. So just kind of like the story behind that, how you got there. We want to hear all about it.
So I'm actually from Colorado. I grew up right here. Actually went to Highlands Ranch High School, just right down the street. I started dancing when I was 2.5. I was just like, I was like making noise with my feet and I was walking around on my tiptoes and my mom was like, this girl's got to dance. So they put me in dance class and actually ended up being something that I fell in love with. I decided to move to LA when I was 17. And then from there, I've just done a ton of TV film stuff. And I also went on tour with Taylor Swift for 2.5 years. I danced with her. I did some company work. It's been very exciting. I've been very lucky, but it all started, in a conservatory at a dance studio, and then has kind of just taken off from there.
Yeah, so I grew up in a small town in Wisconsin, and I kind of grew up doing community theater, middle school shows, high school shows, and then there was an open call for this show called Spring Awakening that was in Chicago. Through that, I got this new show in New York, and through that, I ended up moving to New York with a Broadway show called Hairspray. 4 Broadway shows and national tours. I'm still currently on tour with a show called Wicked.
That's awesome, guys. I know a lot of kids, we're just striving for that. I know moving out to Los Angeles when you're 17 and moving to New York, those are probably big chapters.
Well, that's the thing, is you never know until you try. So you have to take those risks to see what opportunities will come when you just make the decision to take that leap. That's the biggest thing you can do for yourself.
With the industry, as you guys have both been successful in it, and how has COVID kind of come in and instigated change in that?
It's less about it not happening, it's about when is it going to start up again. But the other side of it is there's been so much creativity and people surviving in different ways. I started teaching Zoom vocal privates, and I have students in Florida, New Jersey, Chicago. I have this lady called Julie. She's 74 years old, and I'm giving her private voice lessons, and it's awesome. So it's like I would never have had that chapter if COVID wouldn't have happened.
I started transitioning into teaching a little bit more, so thank goodness Zoom exists. A couple weeks ago I was teaching in the Philippines and Australia, and so those things, like you said, it's like there's a lot of great things that have come from it too. So I think once it goes back to whatever new normal it is, it's really going to thrive and it's going to be celebrated a little bit more.
It's that thing, it's like you don't know, it's like gotta do it, right? It's survival.
Especially with you younger kids, it's amazing what you guys make happen. You don't complain about the mask. You don't complain about, like, it's like you guys are just like right there making it all happen, and that like makes us older people like, okay, we can do it, we can do it.
Belief of faith you guys were talking about earlier, what would be some advice and wisdom for the kids who are kind of chasing after those dreams right now?
I mean, my biggest advice is there's nothing more powerful than being authentically, genuinely yourself. Because, you know, at the end of the day, I know you've heard it before, there's no one like you. There's not another you, and the industry needs that. And so you will have more success when you walk into a room, or you walk into an audition, or you walk into a class, knowing that you have something to offer in that class that no one else does. Taking that leap of faith, like you said, is a huge step towards your success. And, you know, staying humble, and, you know, everyone wants to be around good people. So my biggest advice is to just be a good human.
Well, Kurt and Mallory, thank you guys so much for being here on campus and for the interview. And this is Cole Walker with Valor Pulse. Signing out.
But the world keeps spinning round and round, and I'm lost in the time to speed of sound. Lost till I heard the drums and I found my way. You can't stop the beat ever since you first saw the light. And then it won't have to shake it on Saturday night. So I'm gonna shake it, shake it, yeah, with all of my mind today. You can't stop the motion of the ocean or the rain from above. It's time to stop the paradise we're dreaming of.
Thanks, Cole. What a blessing that was to have them both here. The conservatory students had a blast dancing with them and getting to know them as well.
Next up, we have Talent plus Tumult, in a high-speed comedy that lampoons all of Shakespeare's plays, from an over-the-top dive into Romeo and Juliet to a hilarious rendition of Hamlet.
Imagine me and you, I do. I think about you day and night. It's only right to think about the girl you love and hold her tight. So happy together. If I should call you up, invest a dime, and you say you belong to me, ease my mind. Imagine how the world could be so very fine, so happy together. How they tossed the dice, it had to be. The only one for me is you, and you for me. So happy together, so happy together. And how is the weather? So happy together, we're happy together. So happy together.
Another knock it out of the park by the performing arts team. Great job by Mr. Annemeyer and Julia Morgan on that promo as well.
All these great performances are starting to make me hungry. What about you, Kaylee?
Yes, for sure. And speaking of food, here's Sadie Morgan and Jeff Williams, our wonderful sous chef, speaking on what's up with lunch in this new COVID era.
I'm Sadie Morgan with VP TV. I'm here with Jeff Williams, sous chef here at Valor. So Jeff, can you tell me what's new for students?
All right, so this year it's a little different. We try to make it so you guys don't have to touch anything, less contact, which provides more work for us, but that's perfectly fine. Everything's gonna go in containers and or baggies for you guys that are sealed up. Anything that was left out, like our sandwiches, now we have to wrap up in plastic. So just no direct contact with you guys. We also have sneeze guards, which helps with anything that's over or that's under here, juices, napkins, yogurts, mustards, ketchup. So we try to prevent you guys from just grabbing open food. That's one of the biggest things now. So as long as we wrap it, put it in a clamshell, make sure to wear a mask. We have N95s, and then we have these guys. And then we also wear gloves all the time. We're handling food. So as long as we are staying along those guidelines, I'm pretty sure that we're following everything and keeping you guys safe.
So Jeff, how many new volunteers have you had to join the team since there's so much to do?
Oh, that's a good question. So we usually have one volunteer up here and then one in the bistro, and roughly around 3. Everything's been ramped up, so it's almost tripled. So now we almost have 6 in the commons, and we have 4 in the bistro, and then we'll have 3 up in the cafe at any time. So it changes a lot that we're following. We have a spray, so we spray down every time there's a lunch is over. We'll sit down here and we'll just spray all the countertops. We'll make sure anything that was contacted by anybody more than one person gets sprayed down.
So how have you appreciated what Valor has done with COVID?
It's been amazing. The fact that we're open is huge. I have 2 daughters and their schools aren't open right now. And that's a little disappointing, but as long as we have all the kids here and they're following the lines, following all the guidelines that we have, the social distancing, I think it was an amazing job opening up. I'm really proud of them.
Thank you so much, Jeff, and thank you for talking with us on Valor Pulse.
Thank you very much.
And I'm Sadie Morgan with VPTV.
Thank you for that info, Sadie. Not only did Sadie get a chance to meet with our awesome Flick chefs, but she also had a chance to meet with Remy Daniel and Elena Wright about senior prayer partners.
Hi, I'm Sadie Morgan with VPTV. I'm here with Remy Daniels and Elena Wright, and they have something to tell you.
Hi Valor, my name is Elena Wright.
And I'm Remy Daniel, and we are so excited to share a new tradition with you.
Before I came to Valor, I spent my youth days in a small town in the dead center of the United States. I went to a small Christian high school that's core base was community through Christ. My freshman year, I was assigned a senior for prayer, communication, and to overall build unity throughout the school.
We are very excited to announce that we will be doing something similar to this at Valor starting this fall.
Yes, Eagles, we introduce to you Senior Swoop!
We are so excited to create unity through Valor this year between the freshman and senior class.
Senior Swoop is 100% optional, but if you are interested in this, I will be sending out a Google form later this week to see if you want to get involved.
What is this going to look like at Valor?
Yeah, so Senior Swoop is going to be similar to Senior Prayer Partners here at Valor. Seniors will pick or be assigned their freshmen and give them hints throughout the first week, such as candy and treats. And at the end of the week, we will announce who we are.
Training for Senior Swoop is going to be necessary. A lot of freshmen are going to be intimidated and not know how to open up to you. So Valor Sources of Strength will be helping us know how to interact with the underclassmen.
You will meet with your Senior Swoop once a month, and we will be sending out texts for reminders of meetings and some ideas for encouragement to give them throughout the month.
We are so excited to share this with you, Valor, and we hope that you're excited about this too.
If you have any questions, please feel free to email me, and I will be sending you out the Google form later this week.
Thank you guys for listening.
Bye.
That is such a great idea to team up freshmen and seniors. Love that mentorship.
And coming up soon, school spirit from the bottoms up.
But first, we have a student here at Valor who was deeply touched by the loss of a close friend to cancer. Junior Anthony Curcio founded the Go Gold campaign to end pediatric cancer. Here's Anthony and a few student council members reminding us to go gold.
Hi everyone, my name is Anthony Curcio and I am a junior here at Valor. I am one of the founders of the Foundation for the Greater Good and also the founder and leader of the Foundation's initial project, the Go Gold campaign. It is an honor to speak to you today about our school-wide campaign, something I believe all of you will want to be advocates for and will want to also participate in. The focal issue of our Go Gold campaign is something that is not only very present in the United States today, but also around the world. That issue is that cancer is the #1 cause of death by disease amongst children, and we currently have a very wide funding gap with childhood cancer research versus research funding for adult cancers. I established the Go Gold campaign in honor of a former teammate of mine, Trevor Kling, who passed away from brain cancer at the age of 14. After his death, I felt inspired to start researching childhood cancer and learn more about how I could make an impact. The Student Leadership Board and I are here to tell you about the Go Gold campaign's desire to raise awareness and educate everyone about the current research funding gap for childhood cancer. and also tell you how you can go gold this month right here at Valor. The Go Gold campaign is a series of fundraising events over the next week that will raise money to purchase materials for 180 care kits that the foundation and the Valor students will assemble and distribute to childhood cancer patients receiving treatment at local hospitals. After the care kits are distributed, 100% of the remaining funds will be given to the American Childhood Cancer Organization, called ACO, to help fund research and help families with kids with cancer and fight through this difficult time. Next, members from the Student Leadership Board will speak to you about statistics surrounding childhood cancer in the United States and also around the world today.
As Anthony has said, childhood cancer today is very prevalent in the United States. Cancer remains the #1 cause of death by disease for children in America. Approximately 1 in 285 children in the U.S. will be diagnosed with cancer before their 20th birthday. Today, over 40,000 children are currently in active treatment in the hospital. On a global scale, 44% of children with cancer will die before they are diagnosed, and over 400,000 children worldwide are diagnosed with this terrible disease. To add, only 4% of the billions of dollars the government spends annually on cancer research is directed towards treating childhood cancer. There is over $1 billion funding gap between childhood cancer research and research for other forms of cancer for adults. In fact, every 3 minutes, a child's family is told the very difficult news that their child does in fact have cancer.
Those words that your child has cancer for anyone are not easy to comprehend, and their lives will forever be changed. This is why we must rally together as one school, supporting all of the amazing warriors and their families, but also remembering the kids who were brave warriors to the very end.
For the past 6 months, the Go Gold campaign and the Foundation for the Greater Good have been advocating and holding fundraising events. In July, they held a childhood cancer-themed cycle bar ride where they raised over $1,500 for care kits and ACO. Without the help of many people, none of this would be possible. The Foundation for the Greater Good is an official 501c3 organization committed to performing selfless acts in the community that serve and do good for others. And ACO is the nation's largest and oldest organization dedicated to childhood cancer.
Valor community, in conclusion, I want to thank you in advance for your help in raising awareness and money to support this major issue impacting children in the United States today. I hope you feel the same urge as me and my Student Leadership Board peers do in wanting to create an impactful change in our community. Together as one strong school community, we can come together and rally behind all of the courageous kids fighting this terrible disease. You can follow the rest of our Go Gold campaign by following our Instagram page @GoGoldCampaign. Please be on the lookout for more information coming soon to remind you of all the Go Gold events happening at Valor this week. Valor community, we urge you to go gold.
A special thank you to Tao Ritter and Julia Morgan for that piece. We're so grateful for Anthony and the Student Council team for supporting that cause. All in all, they were able to raise over $800 in 1 week for pediatric cancer.
That's an amazing feat. Another amazing feat worth mentioning is creating a school yearbook, a job hard enough during a normal year.
That's for sure, but this year with COVID, it will be especially challenging. Yearbook is certainly going to have a hard time.
I'm here with Yearbook editors Sarah Swift and Taylor Henley. Can you guys tell us what you're doing with Yearbook this year?
Yeah, so we have a lot of really exciting ideas for Yearbook that we can't share everything, but we do know that we are just trying our best to totally capture our year with the potential online classes and just our current events and just the situation that everybody's going through. So we are definitely going to try our best to be raw and honest about that and just have a completely honest yearbook.
So can you guys tell us anything that you are particularly excited about or anything that's going to happen?
Like Sarah said, everything is pretty secret right now, but we are just excited to try and incorporate everything that's like going around with the pandemic into the book and try and make it as best as possible. With everything being in the spring as well, we're trying to focus more just on making everything even and have a good outlook on everything.
Awesome. Is your approach to Yearbook this year different from the years in the past?
Yeah, definitely. Well, this year we have it's very unpredictable and we don't know what is going to be going on in every season and every semester. So we're just taking it very step by step, whereas in years past we've had the entire book planned from day one of class. This year it's more like as we go, and we're definitely go with the flow and kind of just taking our hits as we get them and like planning it from there.
Awesome. Thank you both so much for your time. From VPTV, I'm Lila Gartner.
Special thanks to Sarah and Taylor for your insight. I'm sure this year's book will be one we'll look back at on one day and reflect on what a strange time 2020 was.
Yeah, it's been a crazy one. It's even affected one of our senior traditions here at Valor. Every year, the senior girls have made their own senior pants, but because of COVID shutting down for a while, they haven't been able to wear their awesome designs.
So rather than go to waste, senior Sarah Fabian has brought the life of homecoming back through her extravagant senior pants exhibit. I had the chance to meet with Sarah to check out her awesome display.
Hi, I'm Kaylee Wooden, and today I'm here with Sarah Fabian, a senior here at Valor Christian. She's the one who created this wonderful arts display in the arts building. So Sarah, what can you tell us about this arts display?
Yeah, so basically my art teacher, Mr. Trotter, gave me the idea and he said, Sarah, you can have this whole gallery, do whatever you want with it. I thought it would be a fun idea because I'm a senior this year that I could pull a bunch of different seniors, senior girls that made these pants and display them in the art gallery.
That's awesome. So what would you think would be the most fun part about making these pants?
I think what's really fun about these pants is that the senior girls wait all the way until they're seniors in high school to make these. You get to gather a lot of fun art supplies for them, and you kind of get to make them however you want to fit your personality. So as you can see displayed, there's a lot of different materials used. Their pants and use a bunch of different art supplies to make these pants. And they kind of get to display them to everyone else by wearing them around school during certain game days and everything like that. So I think that's what a really fun and memorable part about making them is.
So usually these are worn on football game days. If we aren't allowed to have fans this year at football games, when are these going to be worn?
So we've already worn them once this year. We wore them the first day of school. It is kind of up to the senior girls to decide when they could wear them. We could wear them whenever, really. So I think if there was a football game but fans weren't allowed, we could wear them on the same game day. We just wouldn't be able to show them off at the game specifically.
Well, that's awesome. Thank you, Sarah, for taking time to answer our questions. This is Kaylee Wood from VPTV signing off.
And it looks like seniors may get to wear their pants after all, Kaylee.
Yes, it does, Kyla. And it also looks like that CHSA finally changed their minds on allowing schools to choose whether or not sports will play. That next with Willa Gardner in Stories Behind the Sports.
Thanks, Kaylee. Kyla Fouts had a chance to meet with our athletic director, Brian Vaughn, to find out more details about CHSA's latest decision and how that affects us.
I'm here with Valor Christian High School's athletic director, Brian Bond, for an update on the fall sports. Mr. Bond, can you tell us about the most recent CHSA development?
Football will look a little bit different than in the past. We will only play 6 regular season games, and then you go to a playoff situation, and there could be up to 3 additional football games from there. There will only be 50 guys on the sideline at any given time, and they need to be 6 feet apart during those games, which is way different than what you're used to seeing in football. But at the end of the day, our kids get to play, and that's what CHSA is here for, to give our kids an experience, and that's what they did for us. They gave us an opportunity to get our kids back on the field when we didn't think we were going to get it. Other than that, though, the football rules stay the same. They'll be in pads and helmets, and same number of guys on the field as always, and we're really excited for that.
So how is this season going to look for fans?
Fans will look a little different this year. It's based off of Tri-County Health, and what Tri-County Health is saying right now is that no more than 175 people can be in a stadium at this particular time. That could change tomorrow for all we know, but right now, between the opposing fans and the home fans, we can have a total of 175 people. That doesn't include the cheerleaders, that doesn't include the coaches, but anybody that's sitting and enjoying the game, 175 right now can be with us.
We know you're the teacher of Valor Sports Network. Is VSN going to be streaming the games? Like, can we watch them?
That is exactly what Valor Sports Network was designed for, so that families that couldn't or weren't able to attend our games would have the ability to still watch. And VSN will be more important than ever, knowing that only 175 people can be in our stadium. So our kids are working hard to get prepared, and we look forward to broadcasting each and every game that CHSA allows us to broadcast. But our kids are excited, and they understand they have a big responsibility in front of them because there'll be so many families and students that will be watching from home.
Finally, can kids gather on other parts of campus to watch?
That's a really good question, and I think it's something that we should go to our student body with and ask them if they would even want to do something like that. But we've done it in the past. We filled our gyms for football games in the past and put the projector on, and they've watched in the gym. Really, at the end of the day, we just have to make sure that we're following our local guidelines and making sure whatever that top number is, that we're never passing that top number. And I know our students will do a great job with that, and I'm sure student council's already all over this, thinking about how can they watch the games together.
How can people watch these games?
Yeah, if you just go on to valoreagles.com, we have a broadcast link right there that you guys can click and watch, and luckily for our fans, those broadcasts are completely free. So just go to valoreagles.com, and you'll see the link right there to be able to watch any game.
Well, thank you for your time. This is Kyla Fouts reporting for VPTV, and good luck to the Valor football team.
A special thank you to Coach Bond for that information. We are very excited our football team is allowed to play, along with other teams already participating. Speaking of sports, let's find out how the softball season went.
Hello, Valor. This is Kaylin from Valor Pulse. Today we are here with senior Ella Kane after our game against Highlands Ranch. How do you feel Valor's doing this year in softball?
I think that we're actually doing really well. We've gone up and hit the bat very well. We've had to make a lot of adjustments. We've seen a lot of different pitchers lately, but I think that we've overall been able to come out as a team and keep the energy up, and we've been able to really swing for the fences.
That's awesome. Valor's doing so well. Do you feel any sort of pressure because of a shortened season instead of 32 games?
I think there's always pressure no matter the games that we have in a season. I think that it just is more of an opportunity for us to come out and work harder than we have all season. I mean, we've been hitting the weight room, we've been swinging the bats every day, we've been out here every day getting in work. So I think hard work pays off. I think that we're going to be doing fine.
Being a senior this year, what is something that you want to see out of the Valor team by the end of your senior season?
I mean, I obviously would like us to go to state and really showcase our skills there because we've been putting in a lot of hard work, and I would really like to see our team succeed at the state tournament. However, I really would like to see a sisterhood form. I mean, we've been doing great, we've formed great bonds, but at the end of the day, I think that relationships that last a lifetime are worth more than any state ring than we can ever have.
Well, thank you for taking time to answering our questions. This is VPTV signing off.
Thank you, Kaylee and Ella Kane, for that report and for your time. Great job with your season, ladies. Also, congrats to the boys golf team for doing a great job at winning state. That is amazing. We're super proud of you all. And that's it for Stories Behind the Sports. Now back to Kaylee and Kyla in the studio.
Thanks, Willa. We are definitely proud of all of our fall teams. Switching gears now to our next segment, we've all seen Cole Walker entertain us over the last 3 years, but nothing can touch this one.
You know MC Hammer? My favorite of his songs is Can't Touch This.
You know, I kind of liked his Hammer Pants. Anyway, here at Valor, a few of our students had created a COVID interpretation of the hit song.
VPT Mount here. VPTV, you can't touch this. The CDC is your new mom, so you better listen to that intercom. No interference, we persevere, the purpose is clear, we ain't looking at fear, and don't be antisocial. Please keep your distance, we can hug in January with a little persistence. You can't touch this. Don't touch this. Please don't touch this. Can't touch this. I know I'm old, but this message is old. Hoffy is one of your deeds and gonna get mean if you don't stay clean. Respect others, be a good brother. We are all family. Let's be here for each other and wear your mask. And sure, bring your hydro flask. You can't touch this. Don't touch this. Please don't touch this. Can't touch this. Just standing together, please distance. It would be better. Come on, Valor. We are birds of a feather. Can't touch this. Don't touch this. Please, please, please. Don't touch this. You can't touch this. You can't touch this.
Yeah, you guys are on camera.
Oh, sorry you guys had to see that. Anyways, back to the show. And now we leave you with a short PSA from our very own Swoop. He reminds us how to stay healthy during this time.
Attaboy, Swoop. Way to stay safe. It's a good reminder for all of us to be careful.
Don't forget to follow us on social media. We have Twitter, Snapchat, TikTok, and Instagram, not to mention our own YouTube channel.
Please share any news tips with us at our email, valorpulse@govalor.com. Until then, we leave you with a video clip from the Valor Goes Gold balloon launch. See you next time, Valor.